Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your week ahead, July 15th to July 21st, 2019. This is for all Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Virgo, I shuffled, laid out your spread. Here we go. So, Virgo, your overall energy and focus is sex. Another sign got this, but you got it too. Sex. Well, what can we say about that? Well, Virgo, you could be focused on sex right now. Either you not getting it, or you planning to get it, or you finally getting it, or you are getting it more so than before, but you have sex on your mind, Virgo. Maybe there's somebody you want to sex up at this time, or you might be dealing with issues around sex. But sex requires connection in more ways than one, right, Virgo? Yes. So, anyway, I digress. What's also with this is, do you feel disconnected to yourself and others? What do you need to feel more loving? Do you feel your needs are not being met? Is that what's going on, Virgo? Are your needs not being met? Now, your needs may not be being met sexually, or your needs may not be being met in general. And those needs may not be met because of a significant connection or relationships in general or just in your aims. So let's see. Now, Virgo, what you're dealing with in the week ahead is you do have the High Priestess and what brings you joy. Joy. What's bringing you joy? And with the High Priestess here, this could be you tapping into your intuition. With the High Priestess here, this might be you focusing on wisdom, receptivity. This may be a time where you're focusing on your emotions. This may be you trying to get understanding, trying to gain knowledge. Something may be mysterious to you, or secretive or hidden. You may be trying to be hidden and secretive. You may be trying to uncover that which could be false or realize the truth in the situation. You could be dealing with women specifically, or a particular woman, but women could be at the a woman or women could be at the forefront for you. But as it has to do with what brings you joy, this may be with the High Priestess, you gaining enlightenment, or you um, focusing on validation or needing validation, with trying to understand or come to an understanding about what really and truly brings you joy. And this may be what you are intently looking at, Virgo, is really deciphering what makes you happy. You might be trying to uncover that secret. It might be a secret to you, or you may be coming to that no longer being hidden about you or hidden to you, where you now know what makes you happy, what brings you joy, and you're focused on doing that. You are determined to make sure that the things that you choose to engage or participate or do um, allows you to have an emotional experience that gives you a connection to the joy in it. Now, you also could be dealing with the High Priestess. Um, this could be you relying on other people's opinions. And so, if you're focusing on what brings you joy, it's okay to discuss with others what brings them joy, and maybe to determine whether or not that would be something that you would like to do. But don't put so much reliance on others' opinions to seek your own happiness around. Just saying, Virgo. So, how you should be, your mental attitude, your best mental attitude here is the Knight of Pentacles. And what's around that Knight of Pentacles is be curious. So, with the Knight of Pentacles here as your best mental attitude to take with what you're dealing with or doing, you discovering what your needs are or you needing to discover it, but with the focus of having your needs met, you may be at a mystery of how to do that, or you may be uncovering that mystery. But you could be seeking guidance, or you may be allowing yourself to be guided towards what brings you joy. But with this Knight of Pentacles here, this is about you taking your time, being methodical, planning, getting things done. This is you taking responsibility, being accountable. This is you paying attention to the details. This is you doing the work. Knights also bring about events. So this is you being practical in your approach and determined and diligent towards having wisdom or gaining wisdom and knowledge, towards receptivity, either towards yourself or to be received by others, or for you to be the person that extends and shows receptivity. You may need to pay attention to your dreams, but what's around this Knight of Pentacles with be curious, this is a chakra card. This is around the root chakra, which is focusing on your survival, your safety, your security. This is you focusing on eliminating any anxiety. This is you needing to focus on being grounded. But with this, be curious. This is the cat. And so I feel here, this is about you needing to stay and be on the lookout for new paths, new adventures, new interests. This is you, needing to, not be afraid to climb and discover new heights, new levels, new possibilities, new interests. Not being afraid of change, perhaps. But this is also because cats are they're very resilient, right? So this is like, being curious. This is about you also having that natural ability to balance yourself, to find balance or create balance for yourself. And this may be about you needing to create balance for yourself or maintain balance for yourself by focusing on what brings you joy to do it and do it. And so your best action, your best advice, you also could be dealing with others, because we do have the two of cups here. But the point is, Virgo, whatever you're doing in your week ahead, this is about you focusing on getting your needs met and discovering and achieving your joy in the week ahead. Okay? And so your best possible action is you do have the Two of Cups and you do have the Seven of Wands. So with this being your best possible action and advice, this is about you having emotional balance within yourself. But as it has to do with any connections that you may be involved in, make sure you're on the same page. But on the same page if you're involved with another, as far as it allows you to be comfortable, for you to have your needs met, and for there to be an agreement that you're comfortable with. And with the Seven of Wands, I feel there may be a need for you to be prepared for some challenges around this, but to remain resilient, to stand your ground, and perhaps focus on taking the path of least resistance here, and be mindful to have courage to have what you want in a situation, or to be curious enough so that you can achieve the balance, but for you to not be afraid to do so, and be on the lookout for new paths and new opportunities and new connections, that will bring you more joy. Um, this may be a time that you may be intrigued by the mysterious. But with this energy, this is you needing to, the advice is to be in connections you're comfortable with, connections that allow you to have your needs met, connections that you're not experiencing a bunch of fucking resistance in, or that as you take a stand and you be resilient and you show courage, that you are able to achieve your aims and get the progress that you need in order for you to have and bring about what makes you happy and brings you joy. Now, your likely outcome is you do have the Four of Swords. With the Four of Swords, this is mental energy, but the Four of Swords usually talks about taking a step back, taking a rest, considering, right? Contemplating. But I want you to see with this, in this Four of Swords, in this image, the person here is hurt. They've been wounded, pretty fucked up too. See, there's blood, there's a sword that's laying there. So there was a battle here. So, even though you may be able to bring something to rest, or you may be able to take a step back, you may be struggling with your ability to take a step back, to contemplate, to consider with the Four of Swords. That you will reach the ability to bring something to rest. You will reach the ability to contemplate and consider. You may also need to rest. But with the Four of Swords here, with this particular image for you, Virgo, I feel you've gone through a lot. You've had to contemplate a lot. You've had to consider a lot. You've had to take a step back. Or you may have been forced to step back in some way with your plans, or in the way that you thought things through or needed to think things through, as it may have to do with relationships and connections. Perhaps you need to reconsider those connections. Perhaps you did not get your needs met in those connections, and it left you wounded, left you damaged as a result. But this is you needing to focus on how to put that type of shit to rest. This is about you needing to consider going forward how you can strategize and think of ways that allow for you to have peace, that allow for you to have your needs met, and that allow for you to experience more joy in the connections or matters surrounding you where your needs being met was a challenge, was in question, or that you're looking at it now. So, to do more about it. So, there may be a need to be more curious in a way that you may not have been before, because you want to be able to think things through and consider and have rest without being wounded in the process, right? Just saying. So let's take a look at your guidance, Virgo. You have two cards. You have wisdom. Time to be smart about it. So with wisdom here, experience and failure lead to wisdom. Apply wisdom to a present situation. Learn from the spirit world. Wow. High priestess. Mm-hmm. Your intuition. Allowing yourself to be guided by the divine. Learn from the spirit world and its collective knowledge. So, this is you accessing your wisdom. I feel like, in the week ahead, there may be some issues with being able to take a step back, or finding you have to take a step back, or finding that the things you've contemplated or considered, there's some problems there. Problems that may cause you some conflict, that inflict some pain and possible damage in some way. But I feel that if you allow yourself to be wise about your week ahead and pay attention to your intuition, because I do feel your intuition is speaking to you and guiding you so that you can guard yourself, or that you can be smarter about your needs being met, or whatever you're dealing with. That if you allow the divine, or what you believe in, to be your compass, you'll be able to navigate this shit and still find rest, but not with so much conflict or perhaps damage inflicted upon you in the process to get there. So your other piece of guidance is receiving from angels. So, Virgo, if you've been wondering what's that voice in the back of your mind, or what is that you're hearing, or you feeling led, this is your intuition sharpening, or growing, or expanding, or tapping at your mind to say, hey, pay attention, we're here, we're supporting you, we're trying to guide you, we're trying to get you through this, we're trying to get you around this, above this. Okay. And so, with receiving from angels, shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. Okay? And perhaps this is what you experience also, Virgo, is that you are receiving guidance from your angels, and you are receptive to that guidance. And as a result of that guidance, you're able to bring yourself more joy, because you're able to be diligent and take responsibility and accountability, because you are choosing to be curious about what's going on in your world, with the aim of you not being afraid, to reaching a new height, to achieving balance, and having that ability to achieve balance, and you being on the lookout so that you can. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.